Hi, everyone. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler in the 1011 Now streaming studio, dealing with more rounds of severe weather as we head into your Monday afternoon, Monday evening. Tornado watch is already in place across parts of central and eastern Nebraska. Right now, just going to do an update on what we're seeing out there. Again, we do have storms ongoing and several warnings that are currently in place. Don't necessarily know if we're going to necessarily do a long severe weather coverage here just yet, but we'll play it by ear. We'll kind of see how it goes. So first, want to start off with look at that tornado watch that's currently in place across parts of central and eastern Nebraska. This runs through 9 p.m. This evening, and again, we have tornado watches that are actually lined up all along from parts of, eastern Nebraska all the way down into parts of North Texas. So, again, number of tornado watches that are currently in place across the area. So, again, we're looking at the main hazards likely being large hail, damaging winds, potentially some heavy rain, but also, again, the threat for a couple tornadoes across the area as well. As we head through this afternoon and this evening. So if we look at the current satellite and radar picture, we have already had one tornado warning that was issued for parts of, I believe it was Nance County, earlier in the last hour or so. That's been allowed to expire, but we do have a line of severe thunderstorms that's developed over the course of the past hour or so, stretching across parts of central Nebraska, kind of back down towards the Aurora area, and we're also keeping an eye, additional thunderstorms developing down across kind of parts of northeastern Kansas and beginning to kind of move into parts of Gage County, and also seeing some additional thunderstorms begin to kind of start to pop up and develop along the southern edge of this line back in extreme south central Nebraska into parts of north central Kansas. So again, kind of have multiple areas of thunderstorm development that we're keeping an eye on, and all of this activity is going to continue to move to the east and kind of northeast. So again, the activity that we currently have on the board right now, again, kind of up near Columbus there in parts of north central Nebraska, or into the central sections of the state, that's going to continue to kind of push to the north and east. So that activity likely not going to threaten the Lincoln metro area. Also, the activity that we have popping up kind of across parts of southern Gage County down into far northeastern Kansas, that activity also likely not going to impact Lincoln or Lancaster County, as it's going to be likely just to the south or to the east of the region. I think that activity could come close. Again, I think we need to watch again these areas down across parts of south central Nebraska and then kind of into north central Kansas. That's the area we kind of want to watch for thunderstorms potentially to impact Lincoln and Lancaster County as we head through this evening. So again, really quickly go back to the watch. Again, I put this out on my social media, but again, that watch just means the ingredients for severe weather are there. Again, we have enough moisture across the region. We have enough lift across the region. Again, we've kind of cleared out the cloud cover. Again, remember, it was cloudy this morning and kind of gray and cool. We've cleared out enough cloud cover, so there's enough instability out there. And again, with the area of low pressure, cold front, dry line kind of all in the area, we have enough shear for severe weather as well. So again, all the ingredients for the severe weather are there. And again, doesn't necessarily mean everyone in this watch area, though, is going to see severe thunderstorms. But again, this is where we think those ingredients could come together. So again, there's a look at that satellite radar loop over the course of the last several hours. If we look at Storm Tracker radar and kind of drill down on some of these warnings that we currently have in place, kind of start on the south side here and then moved north. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Hamilton, Polk, and York County. This is going to go until 3:45. We're looking at golf ball sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts being possible with this storm. And again, it's basically moving to the north and to the east. If I click on it here just to get some of the information. Again, as of 3:15, so just a couple minutes ago, storm was located over Hampton, or 17 miles west of York, moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. So again, I'm going to pause this again. So again, basically stretching from near Aurora kind of up towards Polk, and it's moving to the northeast. So again, folks in Bradshaw, folks in Benedict, folks in Stromsburg will want to pay attention to this storm as it continues to push through the area. Again, that strongest part of that storm with the potential for, again, maybe some golf ball sized hail looks like would be just north of Highway 34, again, just north of the Hampton area. We go a little bit further to the north here, another severe thunderstorm warning. This is for portions of Merrick, Hamilton, Merrick, and Polk counties until 3:30, so for another 10 minutes or so. And again, we're looking at the potential for golf ball-sized hail, as well as 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts with this cell. Strongest part of this cell is going to basically right over Clark's. Going to be moving through the Clark's area here in just the next few minutes and right along Highway 30. So again, that has been observed. That golf ball-sized hail has been observed with that storm, and it's continuing to push to the north and east at about 30 miles an hour. If we go a little bit further to the north here, another severe thunderstorm warning, a pair of severe thunderstorm warnings here. We're kind of crossing over county warning areas, so we got one from the Hastings Weather Office and one from the Omaha Weather Office. But again, this one here for portions of Boone and Platte County goes until 4 p.m. Quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with that storm. Strongest part of that storm is going to be just back to the west of Genoa. Again, looks like just to the north of Highway 22 there. And again, the northernmost storm right now that has a warning on it. This is going to be for portions of Boone, Madison, and Platte County. So again, areas like Albion and Newman Grove. That's going to go until 3:30 this afternoon. Quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with that storm. And it looks like we did just have a new severe thunderstorm warning issued. Again, storms as they're developing now in a very unstable environment, so intensifying pretty quickly. So again, this one just popping up here really in just the matter of the last 20 or so minutes. Again, this radar loop is over the course of an hour, so we can see in less than an hour, really probably about 30 minutes, it popped off and intensified pretty quickly. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Clay and Nuckolls County until 4 o'clock this afternoon. $50 sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with that storm. It's moving to the north at about 45 miles an hour. Again, right now located near Bostwick, or 34 miles south of Hastings, moving north at 45 miles an hour. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and $50 sized hail possible. Storm will be near Deweese in about 10 or so minutes. So again, those are the warnings that we currently have on the board. If we kind of zoom over here to portions of Gage County, have some thunderstorms trying to pop up in these areas. Haven't really gotten going just yet, but once they do get going, again, we can just see with the warning that we just looked at, it doesn't take them very long for them to pretty quickly become fairly intense and reach severe levels. So again, not going to take a whole lot of time. If we kind of zoom out even further, additional activity kind of developing down here north of I-70 in Kansas, and again moving to the north and northeast. Again, these will all potentially impact parts of southeastern Nebraska. I do think with this activity we're looking at right here, it would likely miss Lincoln and Lancaster County. But again, folks, in parts of Gage County, Pawnee City, Falls City, Auburn, Unadilla, Nebraska City, again, some of the towns you see there in southeastern Nebraska on the map could certainly be impacted by these storms. So again, those are the storms that we currently have on the board right now. And if we check out SkyCast, kind of what we think is going to happen, this is the rapid refresh model, and I think it's again a good short-term convective model. This one gives us a new run every hour. And again, I think this one doing a decent job with some of the real world conditions. I will kind of caution you, one of the sort of drawbacks I do think that this model does have is sometimes it runs maybe a little hot, which again, I think maybe parts is in parts of the state it is doing here, especially I think for those northern Kansas storms and in parts of southeastern Nebraska, but it does have that kind of line across parts of central Nebraska north of the interstate. So if we move forward in time, this is again 3 o'clock. If you go towards 4 o'clock, again kind of as what we expect is kind of to be out there. So again, I think doing pretty decent picking up on the real world conditions. As we move forward in time, though, you go to 5 o'clock, again, you can really see an uptick in the activity and coverage and intensity in some of those storms across parts of southeastern Nebraska, while we continue to see that line of storms kind of along and north of Interstate 80, kind of stretching from near York up through Columbus, Norfolk, and up towards Wayne, continuing. So again, I think for Lincoln, Lancaster County, we got to keep our eyes on some of this activity that's developing, but we're also keeping our eyes on activity that could be moving into the area as well. So we could see some development kind of over us. We could also see development, again, areas down to our south and to our southwest with those storms moving into the area. So this is what 5 o'clock looks like. Again, has kind of that scattered activity across the eastern third of the state from, again, up in the northeast down into the southeast as you go from 5 to 6. Again, that line continues to kind of develop, now stretching almost down to the interstate. Still see some heavy thunderstorm activity across parts of southeastern Nebraska. And then as we head towards 7 o'clock, some additional southward development of that line along that front. Again, down kind of down towards Crete, again into parts of Gage County, maybe as far south as parts of Jefferson County as well. By 8 o'clock, kind of begins to push that line through Lincoln and Lancaster County, while we see, again, storms out ahead of that initial line across parts of western Iowa down into parts of northeastern Kansas. By 9 o'clock, again, pushing that line of storms kind of through Lincoln and Lancaster County into eastern Nebraska. By 10 o'clock, we think that's when the threat for severe weather really kind of begins to fade, is by around 9, 10 o'clock this evening. Obviously, that's when the watch goes until 9 o'clock this evening. So we think between now and 10 o'clock tonight, 9 o'clock tonight is our window of opportunity. Again, like I mentioned, though, not necessarily everyone is going to see severe thunderstorms with this event. Broken lines, again, still waiting for some areas to see some development and for storms to move into the area. And then as we head past 10 o'clock tonight, again, we think if we switch to our in-house model here, we could see some lingering showers, maybe some isolated thunderstorms into the overnight hours, but into early tomorrow morning, we're seeing much cooler, quieter conditions, drier conditions across the area, and that will set the stage on Tuesday, I think, for a partly to mostly cloudy day across much of the region, and a very seasonably cool day across the state as we head into the afternoon, as we'll see temperatures maybe only reaching the 40s, 50s, and 60s across much of the 10-11 coverage area into your Tuesday afternoon. So right now, again, you check out sky views from across the state, dealing with some areas of fog, some showers up in O'Neill. So again, can't see much from that sky view camera. We can kind of see some of those storms out near Grand Island on the Grand Island camera. North Platte, no severe weather threat for those folks out there today. So again, just some blue sky, a little stratocumulus kind of drifting through in here in Lincoln. Again, starting to see some sunshine that's allowing us to warm up all the way up to 80 degrees now at the Lincoln Airport, 82 here at the 1011 studios. If you had watched this morning, I had mentioned we need to see some clearing. If we stayed kind of cloudy, dreary, gray, that would inhibit the severe weather potential this afternoon. But we got rid of the cloud cover. That's allowed the sun to, again, heat up the atmosphere. And, again, that is one of those ingredients that we talked about, instability. So, again, we have some instability. We have some energy for thunderstorms to work with. We also have plenty of moisture. Again, you'll see dew points in the mid-upper 60s here in the capital city. And those southeast winds are blustery, gusting up to around 30 miles an hour. Temperatures on the Tempest stations across town into the 70s. Again, here in Lincoln, we're one of the warmer spots at 82 degrees at the 1011 studios. You see temperatures across the state. Again, 82 in Beatrice, 83 in Hebron, 77 in York, 75 in Hastings. So, again, warm enough to see some of those strong severe thunderstorms. Areas further to the west, again, North Platte, they're out of the severe weather risk today, just not warm enough for them to, again, really get some of that energy that you would need. And then you go even further west than that, temperatures are only in the 50s across parts of the Panhandle this afternoon. Dew point temperatures, again, you can see the moisture out ahead of that front pooling with dew points in the mid-upper 60s. Again, at one point, York had a 70-degree dew point earlier this afternoon, so plenty of moisture for thunderstorms to work with. And we can see that frontal boundary basically draped between the Tri-Cities and the York area. So again, Grand Island and Hastings dealing with a west and northwest wind, a southeast wind in York, as well as here in the capital city in Columbus, Omaha, Nebraska City, Falls City, and again, sustained winds 10 to 20 miles an hour, and seeing those winds gusting between 25 and 30 miles an hour, even stronger wind gusts behind the front across the Sandhills, the Panhandle, and northwestern Nebraska, where we have winds gusting 30 to 40 to 50 miles an hour. So again, we go back to the satellite and radar picture here, that line of thunderstorms lined up again kind of from up near Columbus back down kind of near Aurora and down into parts of Clay and Nuckolls County. Also keeping our eyes on that activity kind of developing across parts of north central into northeastern Kansas. Those are storms we'll want to keep an eye on because they will eventually make their way here into southeastern Nebraska. Whether or not those storms necessarily impact Lincoln or Lancaster County kind of remains yet to be seen. Right now, I'd kind of hedge my bet and say probably not, as storms should have a more northeastward movement off the front as we head through the day today. We zoom out and look at a regional view. A lot of severe weather, again, stretching from parts of western Missouri down through Kansas, Oklahoma, down into Texas. And if you look at the severe weather outlook for the day today, we actually have a a moderate risk for severe weather. That's a 4 out of 5 on the severe weather threat scale across parts of, again, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, and even down into parts of North Texas. Again, meanwhile, here in Nebraska, we have that marginal slight and then that enhanced risk for severe weather in far southeastern Nebraska. So sort of level 1, 2, and 3 on the severe weather threat scale, at least here locally in the 10-11 coverage area. So again, isolated to scattered to potentially numerous severe thunderstorms possible in those areas as we head through the day today. If I want to go back though and look at the regional skycast and just kind of walk you through regionally what things could look like as we head over the next 24 to 48 hours. So again, this is our in-house model, going to be a little bit different than what that rapid refresh model was I showed you just a little bit ago. But again, I still think doing pretty good job. Real world conditions, again, kind of got some of those thunderstorms across parts of central Nebraska, has some of that activity pushing out of central northeastern Kansas into the area as we head through this afternoon into this evening. But again, this is 4 o'clock again, so in about 30 minutes. So again, a little overdone, but again, not doing a terrible job. As you move towards 5 o'clock, storms continue to lift to the east and to the northeast through the area. And as we head between 5 and 10 o'clock tonight, a lot of the activity again kind of blows through the area out of the region. So again, by 10 o'clock tonight, I think the severe weather threat at that point is fairly minimal, but we still could see some showers and isolated thunderstorms as we head overnight tonight. Don't think it would be like what we had last night when we had pretty widespread showers and thunderstorms across the state. Very beneficial. It was a great way to go to sleep last night, but don't think it'll be like last night. And then as we head through the day on Tuesday, expect a much cooler day, breezy to windy conditions. Again, there could be a spotty shower kind of here and there, but generally dry conditions. And then on Wednesday, we should be looking at mostly to partly sunny skies across the state, again with outside chance maybe a spotty shower or storm or two through the day on your Wednesday. So again, zooming in, closer look Monday, again our severe weather outlook, that marginal slight enhanced risk into the day tomorrow. That severe weather threat shifts off to our south and to our east, and no severe weather threat for us for the day on your Wednesday. Now as far as temperatures go tonight, dropping down upper 30s to upper 40s, some low 50s here in the southeast. And then I mentioned it, temperatures are going to be way below average for the day tomorrow. We're looking at highs only reaching the low 50s to low 60s for most of the 10-11 coverage area, and there could be some spots in north central Nebraska that don't get out of the 40s by tomorrow afternoon. Chilly conditions then into Wednesday morning, dropping down into the upper 30s and low 40s across much of the state, staying on the cooler side on Wednesday with highs mid-50s to mid-60s for a lot of us, with some low 70s across the southern sections of the state. 7-day forecast again for Lincoln looks like this. You can see much cooler over the next week to 10 days, especially compared to the first kind of 2/3 of the month when we had a lot of above average temperatures, a lot of 80s, some 90s, much different sort of pattern setting up for us over the course of the next week to 10 days with cooler than normal temperatures heading our way. Unfortunately, it does look like we'll continue to see some thunderstorm chances through the holiday weekend, through Memorial Day weekend. So again, folks maybe wanting to get out on the lake, that's going to be something that we want to keep a close eye on, at least for this weekend. But again, right now the most pressing concern is the threat for severe weather as we head into this afternoon and this evening. That tornado watch that's in place for central and eastern Nebraska, including Lincoln, Lancaster County, until 9 p.m. this evening. And again, if we go back to the storm tracker radar here, kind of just run you through these warnings again once more. Again, going to start on the far south side here. Severe thunderstorm warning for Clay and Nuckolls County till 4 o'clock. $half sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds possible with that storm. Again, it's moving to the north and northeast at about 45 miles an hour or so. If we go up to the storm just to the north of that, most recent warning is for portions of Hamilton, Polk, and York County till 4:15. Golf ball sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible. They also have a tornado possible tag with that thunderstorm. So I really quickly want to punch up our velocities here and look at our velocities. We have had one tornado warning so far today on a storm that was up near Fullerton. There was a report of some funnel clouds, at least kind of in the area. There's a little bit of weak rotation, I'd say, kind of just north of the Hampton area. We put this into motion. Yeah, a little bit of weak rotation kind of near the Hampton area. So that is something we'll want to keep a close eye on here. It's going to be tracking to the north and to the east. It looks like mostly over rural areas, though, so that is some good news. Folks in Hordeville, folks in Polk, Stromsburg, again, still want to keep an eye on that storm. So, again, that warning is until 4:15. And, again, that cell moving to the northeast at 30 miles an hour. If you go one warning to the north there, this is warning for portions of Hamilton, Merrick, Nance, and Polk County until 4:15. And, again, golf ball-sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with that storm. And again, it is moving to the north and east at about 30 miles an hour. If we keep going north here, another warning. This is for parts of Boone and Platte County until 4 o'clock. Again, quarter-sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible with that storm. And it looks like at least our northernmost storm here near Newman Grove, just kind of south of Tilden. Again, it is unwarned at this time, but again, certainly wouldn't be surprised if they did issue an additional severe thunderstorm warning for that storm. Again, with this line, again, I think some of the stronger parts here of these storms right now, with the warning for Hamilton, Polk, and York County, this is going to be just to the north of Aurora, to the northeast of Aurora. So again, kind of south of Hordeville, southwest of Polk. Looks like it's going to be just kind of along and south of Highway 66 there. That's kind of where the strongest part of that storm is. You go just to the north. Again, I had talked about this storm kind of moving through Clarks. Looks like it's pushed through the Clarks area, but again, kind of straddling Highway 30 is where we're seeing the strongest part of that cell. So it's going to be moving, let's see, into the Havens area, Silver Creek area here, likely over the next 5 to 10 minutes or so. And then again, another pretty strong part of the cell here is going to be just to the north of Genoa. And again, it's moving to the north and east as well. So again, looks like it's going to be moving over some mainly rural areas there once it gets north of Highway 22. But again, folks in Platte Center, Tarnob, Humphrey will want to pay attention to that storm. And again, this northernmost storm, which does not have a warning on it just yet, but certainly wouldn't be surprised again if it did get a warning on it here. Eventually, looks like it's just to the north of Highway 32, just going to be just to the southwest of the Battle Creek area. So again, folks in Battle Creek could see this storm pass near or through the area here in the next probably 10 or 15 minutes or so. But right now, nothing threatening Lincoln or Lancaster County. We are keeping our eyes on some cells that are developing just to the south of the area. If I put this into motion, again, this is over the course of the last hour. These storms trying to get their act together, trying to get going here just a little bit. Again, plenty of energy in the atmosphere for these storms to get going, but still just kind of waiting for them, like I said, to kind of get their act together just a little bit. And then we have some additional storms there down across parts of northeast Kansas near Topeka that, again, have started to develop over the course of the last hour. Those storms, again, could potentially impact parts of southeastern Nebraska as we head through this evening. So, again, a lot to kind of keep our eyes on as we head through the afternoon, through the evening tonight. Again, with that tornado watch that's in place until 9 o'clock this evening. So definitely would encourage everyone to make sure they have multiple ways to get their weather information as we head through this evening. We are obviously a great resource for that, but again, whether it's your weather radio, your wireless emergency alerts, the outdoor warning sirens, just make sure you have multiple ways to get your severe weather information as we head through this evening. So we're obviously going to keep an eye on everything as we head through the evening. Just want to check here real quick. Looks like we just had another severe thunderstorm warning that was issued. I want to punch that up real quick. Maybe? Hard to tell. That was an update to a severe thunderstorm warning. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on it as we head through this evening. If something again definitely starts to kind of threaten the Lincoln, Lancaster County area, we'll pop back on here and stream some of the severe weather coverage as it does so. But yeah, we'll make sure you keep it tuned to 1011, both on air and online, for all the latest as we head through this evening. Hope everyone, again, has a nice evening. Hope everyone stays safe, again, make sure you have a good way to get your weather information through the night tonight, and keep it tuned to 1011.